and down. Tonight we're the Divas of Soul.
I'm actually gonna finally release my music, you know. Yeah, I know. Now that everybody stopped asking me if I'm gonna be a rapper, I could actually drop an album. I didn't want to disappoint, you know.
All that stuff, I've already talked about all that for so long, like, you know, I'm kind of done talking about the whole Shar and Britney episode of my life.
At 48, Shar Jackson finally confirms what many feared. Her life behind the sitcom smile was filled with pain and disorder. Kevin Federline vanished while she was 6 months pregnant, only to jump into a messy, highly publicized relationship with Britney Spears that left Shar humiliated.
So, at what point did you meet Britney?
I don't know, man. It was like 2004 or 5, something like that.
And even to the shocking moment when her granddaughter, reportedly under her care, suffered a serious forehead injury, sparking concern and controversy.
You know, my daughter is my first daughter I ever had, you know, so I want to make sure she's safe always.
She's faced ugly headlines about money problems, internet critics questioning her parenting, and years of heartbreak from being publicly humiliated. Now she's speaking up about the betrayals, the accusations, and the Allegations Surfacepain she's carried alone. In July 2017, something very serious happened between two celebrities. Actor Chris Massey, who many people know from the show Zoe 101. Said that his young daughter Mariah was hurt while she was staying with her grandmother, actress Shar Jackson.
Hey, Mo, Nisa. Not tonight and down. Tonight we're the Divas of Soul.
Chris said that when he picked up Mariah, she had a big cut on her forehead, about 4 inches long. He said it looked like it was made by something sharp, like a razor. Chris said that Mariah told him Shar was the one who hurt her. This made Chris very upset and worried for his daughter's safety. So he went to court and asked for a restraining order. A judge agreed with him and said that Shar Jackson must stay at least 50 yards away from the child.
That's a theme in the fact that I'm overprotective and I try to control everything.
Mariah is the daughter of Chris Massey and Shar's daughter, Shar Jackson, also called Cassie. At the time, Cassie was 22 years old. She and Chris were no longer in a relationship, but they shared a child together. During the time of the incident, Mariah was staying with her grandmother Shar. Chris said when he asked Shar what happened, she didn't show any concern. He claimed she told him she would do whatever she wants. This statement shocked Chris and made him feel that Shar was not taking responsibility for what happened to Mariah. He said that this showed she had no regret and was not taking the injury seriously. Chris took his claims to court, and they took him seriously. A judge believed that the situation might be dangerous, so they approved the restraining order. This was done as a safety measure, just in case the child could be in harm's way again. The court does not take these decisions lightly. They usually want to be very sure before making someone stay away from a child. So, this action made a lot of people think there might be something serious going on. However, Shar Jackson did not stay quiet. Through her representatives, she completely denied everything Chris said. They said his story was not true and that it was completely made up. They said Shar would never hurt her granddaughter and that the injury must have happened in another way. In fact, Shar and her team said that the injury might have happened while Mariah was playing during a video call. They said Shar was not even with her at the time. They believed that Chris was saying these things just to hurt Shar's reputation, and that the story was fake from the beginning.
You know, my daughter is my first daughter I ever had, you know, so I want to make sure she's safe always.
Shar's daughter, Cassie, also stepped in to defend her mother. She made a strong statement on Instagram. She said that her mother had never hurt her child. She also said that Chris Massey was not being honest and that he had his own problems. According to Cassie, Chris had a history of being abusive, and she had reported him to the police before. She admitted that she had not pushed the case forward back then because she hoped he would change and be a better father. But now that he was accusing her mother of something so serious, she felt like she had to speak out. She said he was trying to make her mother look bad because he couldn't take responsibility for his past. In her post, Cassellé asked people to stop bothering her and her family. She said that people were messaging her and attacking her online because of the news. She wanted peace and said she preferred to stay private. She didn't want to argue back and forth on the internet. She said she was praying for Chris and hoped that he would get help for his issues. She also said that she hoped God would protect her daughter during this difficult time. Shar saw her daughter's message and wrote back with love and support. She thanked Cassellé for standing by her side. She told her daughter that she loved her and would do anything for her. Shar said she would take any pain or public shame to protect her family. She said the lies being spread about her were very hurtful, but that she would stay strong. Shar also shared her belief that no evil made against her would win, showing that she was holding on to faith through the difficult moment. Shar continued to tell the public that she did nothing wrong. She said that people who knew her as a mother and grandmother should look at her actions over the years. She believed that her record as a parent showed the truth. Shar said that these lies were painful, but the truth would come out in time. She stood firm and said she would not back down even though she was being attacked in the media and online. Chris, on the other hand, said he was not trying to fight in the media. He said he planned to handle everything legally. He didn't say much to the press after the court gave him the restraining order, but he made it clear that he believed the situation was serious and he wanted to protect his daughter no matter what. He trusted the court to handle it the right way. Many news sites and social media pages talked about this situation. It appeared in places like TMZ, BET, YourWeb, and other entertainment news platforms. Some reports focused on Shar's strong denial, while others showed Cassellé's support and her comments about Chris's past behavior. The story became a hot topic. People took sides, with some believing Shar and others believing Chris. But in the middle of all of this, there was no clear legal ending. No court case was reported as finished. There was no public information about whether charges were dropped, if anyone was found guilty, or if the restraining order was later removed. To this day, the case remains open in the public's mind. Shar still says she is innocent. Her daughter continues to stand by her. Chris continues to say that what happened to his daughter was real and serious. The public is left with two very different stories and no solid conclusion. What's clear is that this was a painful time for everyone involved, especially little Mariah, who was at the center of it all. The truth may one day come out fully, but for now, people are still trying to understand what really happened.
All that stuff, I've already talked about all that for so long, like, you know, I'm kind of done talking about the whole Shar and Britney episode of my life.
They were not just dating, they were like a family. They had a daughter named Corey, who was born in 2002. In 2004, Shar was pregnant again with their second child, a baby boy they named Caleb. Everything seemed fine until something shocking happened. When Shar was 6 months pregnant, Kevin suddenly disappeared for a few days. He didn't tell her where he was going or why he was gone. Shar was worried and confused. Later, she found out the heartbreaking truth. Kevin had met pop star Britney Spears during that time. Not only had he met Britney, but he had also started a romantic relationship with her behind Shar's back. What made the situation worse was how fast things moved. Kevin didn't just meet Britney, he quickly became serious with her. By July 2004, Kevin and Britney were engaged. Just 2 months later, in September 2004, they got married. This happened right after Shar had given birth to baby Caleb. Shar was still recovering from childbirth and dealing with the emotions that come with being a new mother. She was also already raising their daughter Corey, who was not yet 2 years old. For Kevin to walk away during that time was very painful for her. Shar later said she felt completely blindsided, betrayed, and abandoned. She had been going through a difficult pregnancy, facing health issues, and instead of having support, she was left alone. She was shocked that Kevin, the man she thought loved her and their children, had left so suddenly and coldly for someone else.
This was the diamond that I gave to my wife when we first got married. So, I got her a bigger one, and I made a pinky ring out of this one.
Years later, in 2023, Britney Spears released her memoir called The Woman in Me. In the book, Britney said that she didn't know Kevin had a pregnant fiancée when they started dating. This statement reopened old wounds for Shar. It brought back painful memories of how her family was torn apart. Shar did not stay quiet. She responded publicly, saying Britney knew very well about the pregnancy. In fact, Shar claimed that Britney was in the car waiting outside the hospital when she was giving birth to Caleb. According to Shar, Britney knew the full situation, but got involved with Kevin anyway.
She really loves what I'm doing right now, and she's probably my #1 fan, you know what I'm saying?
This caused a big stir in the media. Fans on both sides started debating who was telling the truth. Some believed Britney's version, saying maybe she really didn't know, but many people supported Shar. They said it was brave of her to finally speak up after being silent for so many years. Shar was not just hurt emotionally, she was also publicly humiliated. The news that Kevin left his pregnant fiancée for a world-famous pop star was everywhere. It was all over the magazines and TV. People talked about it constantly. Shar had to deal with not only heartbreak, but also the shame of everyone knowing what had happened. But time passed, and eventually, Shar got something she had needed for a long time: an apology. Kevin finally said he was sorry. He admitted that the way he treated Shar was wrong. This happened years later when both of them were part of a TV show called Celebrity Fit Club. The show was about helping celebrities lose weight, but it also gave them a chance to talk about their personal lives. At the end of the show, something important happened. Kevin and Shar had an emotional talk. The producers of the show were hoping for a moment like that, and they got it. Kevin hugged Shar and said he was sorry for everything he did to her. He admitted that he behaved badly when he left her for Britney. He said that during the breakup, he stayed quiet because his lawyers told him not to say anything. But deep down, he knew he had caused her a lot of pain. Kevin said, "I know I've caused you a lot of pain. I've been really selfish." He explained that he got so caught up in everything that was happening with fame, money, and Britney that he didn't stop to think about how Shar was feeling. Shar listened, and she cried. She told Kevin that the way he ended the relationship made her feel like it had never been real. She felt like everything they had built together meant nothing to him. Kevin told her that wasn't true. He said he was just being selfish and didn't think about anyone else at the time. He said, "It's just been a wild ride the last few years, and I'm sorry that you got a big mess at the end of that stick." Shar told him that his apology meant the world to her. She finally felt seen and heard after so many years.
It was just, I had no idea he was doing the show, so the initial shock was weird. I don't know. I never really had an issue with him. It was the situation that sucked. He's a cool dude and a great dad for my kids. So, I'm not holding any grudges.
During the same show, both Kevin and Shar worked on their health. Shar started the show weighing 146 pounds and finished at 128 pounds. She lost 18 pounds and felt stronger. Kevin also lost weight. He started at 232 pounds and met his goal of losing 30 pounds. So, even though the show was about fitness, it also helped them heal old wounds. Shar said something touching after Kevin apologized. She said that for a long time, she felt like the man she knew had disappeared. She didn't recognize the Kevin she used to love, but in that moment, when he apologized and hugged her, she saw the old Kevin again. She said, "That's awesome." It was the first time in years that she felt a little bit of peace about what had happened. Kevin's relationship with Britney didn't last very long either. They had 2 sons together, but their marriage ended in divorce.
We had 2 kids. Obviously, things didn't work out the way that they were supposed to.
Since then, both Kevin and Britney have married and divorced other people. Shar, on the other hand, stayed focused on raising her children. She continued her work in acting and other small projects, trying to move on with her life. Even though many years have passed, the love triangle between Shar, Kevin, and Britney is still remembered. It was one of the biggest celebrity dramas of the early 2000s. Now, Shar seems to be in a better place. She took care of her kids, healed her heart, and accepted the apology she waited so long to hear. The pain she went through was real, but she survived. She stayed strong through all the public embarrassment, heartbreak, and loneliness. Kevin finally admitted his mistakes, and even though he can't change the past, his words brought Shar some comfort. After her relationship with Kevin ended, there were many stories in magazines and gossip websites about Shar's money problems. Some said she had tax troubles. Others claimed she had trouble paying for her home and was facing eviction. However, none of these things were clearly proven or taken to court. Even though they were just rumors, they kept popping up. People started to believe them because Shar wasn't getting regular roles in movies or TV shows anymore. She was no longer in the spotlight as much, and her appearances became rare. This made some think she was struggling financially, but Shar herself didn't often speak about it. Still, the media and fans kept guessing what was happening in her private life, which made it hard for her to live in peace.
I'm actually gonna finally release my music, you know. Yeah, I know. Now that everybody stopped asking me if I'm gonna be a rapper, I could actually drop an album. I don't want to disappoint, you know.
Shar Jackson is a mother to 6 children and became a grandmother when she was still quite young. Being a mother in the public eye is never easy, but Shar had it even harder. Some people on the internet judged her for how she raised her children. They said she was too soft or not strict enough. Others were rude about the fact that her children had different fathers. This kind of judgment is often aimed at women, especially women of color. It's not fair, but it happens a lot. People forget that raising a family is difficult, and everyone does it differently. Instead of supporting her, some people just wanted to pick her apart. After the incident with the Massey family, where she was accused of not handling things well, even more criticism came her way. But people didn't always know the full story. They just reacted to headlines. Shar is an American actress who many people remember from the TV show Moesha.
Hey, Mo, Nisa. Not tonight, Andel. Tonight we're the Divas of Soul.
She was born on August 31st, 1976, in Boston, Massachusetts. Shar grew up in a mixed family. Her mother is part African American and part Puerto Rican. Growing up in a household with different cultures helped Shar learn how to connect with many kinds of people. She always had a fun personality, and from a young age, she loved being in front of people. Her dream was to become an actress and be on television. Shar's big break came in 1996 when she got a role on the popular TV show Moesha.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, I was just telling Mo how you helped me with my chemistry.
Yeah, what can I say? It's a gift.
The show was about a teenage girl named Moshe, played by singer Brandy Norwood. Shar played Moshe's best friend, Shar Jackson. She stayed on the show from 1996 to 2001. Many fans loved Shar because she was funny, smart, and very loyal. People could see their own friends in Shar, and that made Shar a fan favorite. Being on Moesha helped Shar become a well-known actress, and it opened more doors for her in the entertainment world. After Moesha, Shar went on to appear in other TV shows. She had a small role in The Parkers, which was a spin-off of Moesha. She also showed up in The Bernie Mac Show. And My So-Called Life. Shar was good at playing different kinds of roles. She also acted in movies. In 1997, she was in the Nickelodeon film Good Burger with Kel Mitchell and Kenan Thompson. It It was a funny movie that kids and teenagers really enjoyed. Shar also took part in a reality show called The Ex-Wives Club on ABC. She appeared alongside Marla Maples and Angie Everhart. The show helped people who were going through a breakup or divorce by giving them advice and support. Shar kept working in films too. In 2009, she was in a movie called I Do, I Did. That same year, she was in Steppin', the movie, which focused on dancing and music. Shar wasn't just acting, though. She also took part in reality TV. In addition to acting and reality TV, Shar also tried music. She joined a girl group called Mpulls. The group didn't last long, but they did have one single called The Journey. The song was featured on the soundtrack of the movie The Princess Diaries. Even though the group broke up shortly after, Shar showed that she had musical talent too. In 2007, Shar surprised many people by joining the MTV reality show Celebrity Rap Superstar. On the show, celebrities learned how to rap and perform on stage. Shar did so well that she won the competition. This was another sign of how talented she is. Whether it's acting, singing, or just being herself on reality TV, Shar Jackson keeps showing that she can do many things well. Over time, Shar Jackson has tried to keep moving forward. She has taken care of her family and stayed strong even when people talked badly about her. Life in the spotlight hasn't been easy for her. From emotional moments on reality TV to being judged as a mother and ignored in the media, she has faced a lot. But she keeps standing, showing that she's more than just someone's ex or a tabloid rumor. She's a mother, a fighter, and a woman trying to live her life with strength and honesty.